Hello, Gary Elgin from the Lavender Table here at the University of Tennessee Outstanding Seminar Conference on LGBT Concerns. Larry Frampton joining me. Larry Frampton is an HIV/AIDS activist here in the East Tennessee area. Larry, welcome.
Thank you, Gary. Glad to be here and always wanted to be on your show.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Please, Larry, tell us about HIV infection and the information that we have currently for our region.
Absolutely. HIV right now in our region, we currently stand around 1,820 cases for our region, which is the Knoxville area all the way up to Johnson City. And that compared to the other parts of the state is relatively low, but as we've seen a trend though, as HIV grows in other parts of the state, it tends to grow here. And so we're seeing that right now. And the other disturbing issue is that we are right now in the Knoxville area seeing a very large outbreak of gonorrhea and syphilis. And why that's so disturbing for HIV folks is because we see a very direct correlation with other STDs and HIV outbreak. And so with this large gonorrhea outbreak, we obviously expect that we're going to see a lot more HIV cases. And we generally see around 100 cases, new cases every year in our region. This year I think we're going to be a lot higher than that.
That's a disturbing fact. I think most of us know what we can do, but let me just ask you the question. What can we do?
Well, obviously, folks need to learn the facts about HIV. There's a lot of myths out there, so learning the facts first, and then learning how to protect yourself using condoms, there's female condoms and male condoms, and of course, using those correctly with water-based lubricants, not silicone lubricants and things like that.
You and I have had a conversation off camera. There is some perception, a misconception, about testing being the panacea. Once I'm tested, it's okay.
Yeah, well, the problem is it's kind of, if you're testing on a regular basis but still going out and having risky behavior, all that's going to do is allow us to catch it once you become HIV positive. It doesn't stop you from getting infected. And so that's why we need to encourage folks to practice safe sex at all times, because that's really the only thing that's going to stop that infection.
Once you're infected, though, it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, as a person living with HIV, I've been living with it for 23 years, and so it's obviously something that, you know, you can live with for a very long time. And the medications are a lot better than what we used to have back in the olden days.
Sure. But it does not, it's not really okay once you're infected, because there are strains that then compound. Is that not the case?
That's true, and you can catch other strains also. And so once you have one strain, if you continue to have unsafe sex, you can pick up other strains. And it's possible, you know, that you could have mutated strains that, you know, and you know, also the other part of that is when you pick up HIV from someone, you automatically inherit their drug resistance. So if I'm resistant to certain class of meds, that may automatically be out the door for you. You won't even be able to use that class of meds. And so that's another issue. And then if you add other people throwing in their resistance, then you may have several drugs that you're resistant to right off the bat, and it really limits your choices when it comes to HIV treatment at that point.
We're going to talk to Larry Frampton more later on. This is Gary Elgin from the Lavender Table. Let's keep the conversation going.